By Jonathan LEMIRE and Kevin FREKING, Associated Press, Washington. 4 years ago, Donald Trump accepted the Republican Party's nomination for president with a dark convention speech that painted a dystopian portrait of America in decline, and he offered a singular solution: himself. Though Trump has been president for 3.5 years, his rhetoric about the state of the nation has remained bleak. As he prepares to deliver his second acceptance speech on Thursday, the president faces a country in crisis, one gripped by a once-in-a-century pandemic, a battered economy, a racial reckoning, and a massive hurricane slamming the Gulf Coast. Though he will promise national greatness, there was little expectation he would deliver a message designed to unify the divided electorate. In 2016, his message was, "I alone can fix it." This time, while trailing in the polls to Democrat Joe Biden, he will offer himself as the last remaining defense against radical forces threatening the American way of life. Aides have closely guarded details of the address, which was being revised the night before Trump was to speak from the White House South Lawn. While Trump has centered his recent campaign speech on anarchists that he depicts overrunning city streets, aides signaled that Thursday's remarks will not be as dark as his infamous American Carnage inaugural address. Trump will describe America as a work in progress, one that is not perfect but has achieved much. It's an argument meant to offer a contrast with Democrats whom the president has described as not loving their country. In a similar vein, aides said, Trump would speak to progress made on combating the coronavirus, which has been treated as something of an afterthought during much of the convention, although it is still killing 1,000 Americans a day. But it is Trump's handling of the pandemic that has sent him tumbling in the polls and maximized the pressure around his speech. While aides recognize that few Biden supporters are likely to switch sides, the campaign's goal with the speech is to set up a permission structure for Republicans who have defected from Trump over his rhetoric or policies to come home. He needs to give those people who don't approve of him an excuse to be for him, said Ari Fleischer, press secretary for President George W. Bush. Fleischer said Trump should speak personally about his experiences with COVID-19, including friends lost to the virus. While much of the GOP convention has been about energizing Trump's base, Fleischer also saw openings for Trump to address the public's concerns about social unrest and crime, particularly after violence erupted in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where a white officer shot a black man 7 times. It strikes me that the choice for Republicans, the choice for the county, is that Biden is a good man who will do a lot of bad things to the country.